Good evening and welcome to NEWSBREAK Live. I'm Hibah. Thanks for joining us. Rain continues to pour in Torrance. A powerful storm caused by a cold front has brought heavy rainfall and caused temperatures to drop. In some areas, weather officials say rainfall could be between a half an inch and an inch per hour. Beaches may also experience thunderstorms and waterspouts. Experts say the rainfall should ease up by later tonight. The city of Torrance is making sure residents are prepared for the rain. Filled sandbags are available for Torrance residents at the city yard during normal business hours, 7 a.m. through 4:30 p.m. After this time, you can pick up bags from Torrance Fire Station 1, located at 1701 Crenshaw Boulevard. The sandbags are available for residents living in single-family homes and duplexes. Per resident, a maximum of 25 sandbags are available. Make sure to bring identification or a utility bill providing proof that you're a resident. For more information, head to torranceca.gov/sandbags. A local park will receive some much-needed renovations this month. Sunny Glen Park on Delama Boulevard will get a new playground. This upgrade is part of a capital improvement project the city created for various parks. In 2017, officials hosted multiple public meetings where staff presented a variety of options for playground equipment and the removal of sand, which would then be replaced by engineered wood chips. Officials are giving people a closer look at the Green Line South Bay Extension project. The work to extend the Green Line to the new transit center in Torrance continues. Metro staff recently presented more information on the 4 alternative routes being studied. The presentation showed that the first 2 alternatives would follow the existing right-of-way through Redondo Beach and Lawndale en route to Torrance. The other alternative would be street level along Hawthorne Boulevard with aerial segments connecting tracks to the existing rail right-of-way, while the other route would be part of Hawthorne Boulevard and entirely above ground. Now the next step is for Metro staff to recommend routes to the Metro Board of Directors this summer. The project is scheduled to break ground in 2026. An annual survey designed to track homelessness in the South Bay will soon kick off. The annual Greater Los Angeles Homeless Count, which takes place over 3 nights in January of every year, will start on January 24th. The city of Torrance is participating once again, and for the first year will be a deployment site. City officials are partnering with the Torrance Police Department, South Bay Coalition to End Homelessness, and Family Promise of South Bay to recruit and train volunteers. The count helps officials quantify the homeless epidemic that affects cities while also using data to make sure resources are made available to help the homeless population. The city of Torrance is looking for volunteers as 8,000 of them are needed countywide. For more information, go to theycountwillyou.org. The American Red Cross is in urgent need of donations. More than 150 blood drives have been canceled in the months of November and December due to severe cold weather on the East Coast. The organization says they must collect approximately 13,000 units a day to meet the country's demand. Several blood drive events have been scheduled across Southern California over the next couple of weeks, including one at the Torrance Blood Donation Center located at 2814 Sepulveda Boulevard. January is also National Blood Donor Month, so what better time to donate? Tonight will be a very special city council meeting. The city will officially swear in new police chief Eve Irvine. She'll start her new job as the first female police chief in the city of Torrance. Irvine served as chief in Manhattan Beach since 2011. She was also the first female chief in Manhattan Beach's history. She's held many positions for various law enforcement agencies. As a detective, Irvine became nationally recognized in the area of domestic violence and worked on assignments for sex crimes, child abuse, assaults, and robberies. The Torrance Police Department has 227 sworn police officers and is South Bay's largest municipal law enforcement agency. Torrance Police hopes to be one of 250 agencies from around the world participating in the annual Baker to Vegas relay this year. It marks the 34th consecutive Challenge Cup relay, a 120-mile relay race that officers embark on from Baker to Vegas. The Torrance Police Department has won first place in their division for the last 8 years and finished 8th overall out of 272 teams in 2017. The department is looking for donations to help them participate. Once again, you can donate to Team Torrance by going to their GoFundMe page at gofundme.com/TorranceB2V. Their goal is to raise $5,000. The race promotes teamwork, friendship, pride, and physical fitness. You only have 2 more days left to have your Christmas tree picked up curbside here in the city. Remember, flocked trees can't be recycled. If flocked, cut the tree in half and place in your black refuse container. If you plan to have your tree curbside, trees must be unflocked with no decorations and under 6 feet tall. A local veterinarian that lost his life in a plane crash will be remembered. Dr. Mike Zareski, owner of Western Veterinary Group, will be honored on January 21st at Rolling Hills Country Day School. The family has set up a Facebook event and an RSVP is recommended if you'd like to attend. It's open to family, friends, and clients. Also, if anyone would like to share photos, videos, or memories of Dr. Mike, they can email them at drmikesmemories.com. The plane Zareski was in experienced engine failure. Now let's get to the weather. The rain came down hard this afternoon. There was a high of 59 degrees with a low of 53 expected tonight. Now tomorrow the rain will stop, but there will still be some clouds lingering, and there will be a high of 64 degrees with an expected low of 52. On Thursday, there will be a high of 69 with an expected low of 54 degrees. Flu season is hitting at an all-time high, and there are simple steps you can take to prevent yourself from getting it. Doctors say to clean your hands often. Washing them will help you protect you from germs. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth. Preparing food or eating with unwashed hands. Avoid close contact with others. If you're sick, stay at home. Locally and across the country, doctors have reported a huge increase of patients with the flu. Since October, 27 people younger than 65 years old have died from the flu. Some signs and symptoms of the flu include fever, cough, sore throat, runny or stuffy nose, body aches, headaches, and fatigue. The first rain of 2018 is here, and AAA has some tips to avoid getting into accidents during rainy days. Wet roads can increase the risk of these types of accidents, which is why it's important to drive even more carefully during those times. 1 to 2 inches of rain is expected today, and the AAA is urging motorists to buckle up and slow down. It's best to also give yourself some more time for your commute to avoid speeding during the rain. They also recommend using your windshield wipers and turning on your headlights to make sure you have a clear view of the road ahead. Steady rainfall like we're experiencing today can also increase the possibility of flooded streets. Now, if you're a foodie, you may want to take advantage of a great event that's kicking off this week. Beginning this Friday, local South Bay restaurants are participating in DINELA Restaurant Week. The biannual dining event was established to introduce diners to the wide array of restaurants throughout Los Angeles County. Participating restaurants offer price-fixed menus. It runs for 14 consecutive days. Here in Torrance, restaurants Gaikaku and Gaetano's restaurant are participating. And before the next half of NewsBreak Live, here's some upcoming events you'll want to mark on your calendar. January is Science Month. Torrance libraries are hosting science-themed programs. They're free and registration is not required. The first event, called Fire and Ice, takes place this Thursday. For the list of events, go to torranceca.gov. Then also happening at a local library, the Katie Geiser Civic Center Library, an author talk with Deanna Stillman, writer of Blood Brothers, which is about a story of an unlikely friendship of 2 famous figures of the American West. The event takes place Saturday. Well, in just 2 minutes, CEO of NAPINPod, ALEC Solomon, will join me to talk about its first location at the Amo Fashion Center. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back to the second half of NEWSBREAK Live, and joining me is CEO of NAPINPod's ALEC SALEMON. How are you?
I'm good. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you here on NEWSBREAK Live, and NAPINPod is a very creative and new idea and the first of its kind located right here in Torrance. Tell me about the idea of NAPINPod.
The idea itself grew out of my frustration when I got held up in Hong Kong for about 7 hours. It was originally designed to give people a private space to sleep in, but then again it grew out of that into a privacy spot, so to speak.
So tell me what you've created at the moment and its location right now at the Amo Fashion Center.
It is located on the second floor near Macy's entrance, right across from Lane Bryant. We have 4 units there. And the purpose of having that is to provide shoppers an opportunity to take a break during their visits at the Amo centers.
Such a creative idea, and it's kind of like your personal locker. What are some of the amenities? How does it work?
Well, every pod comes equipped with a self-check-in mechanism, even though we have attendant that man, one attendant for every 4 pods. However, every pod also comes with a 19-inch touchscreen. It has a ergonomic lounger, it has a working desk, as well as charging stations.
Okay. Tell me what went into making your vision come to life. I know you mentioned there was frustration when you were in Hong Kong and you were traveling. So why have a location first at the mall compared to an airport?
Well, we are currently working with 5 different airports as well as universities, but mall is one of the first one that did not come naturally for us. But when we start our conversation with Simon Group, which is the owner of the Amo, it becomes clear that mall is an opportunity for us, as mall is evolving into more of an experience center rather than just a place for people to shop. So that's how it becomes. As far as getting the vision comes to life, it takes a lot of perseverance in finding the right people as well as finding the right vendors to work with.
Okay, so talk to me step by step. I'm shopping at the Amo Fashion Center. I'm tired, maybe want to read a book or something. What do I do?
What you need to do is basically pick the pod that is available. We got 4 pods. Each pod comes with a check-in screen. You will see one that is not occupied, and you just follow the instructions on the screen. Your credit card is your key. You check in with your credit card. You can go in and out as many times as you want, and then when you want to re-enter the pod, all you need to is just to swipe your credit card. You will check out. When you check out, you will need your credit card as well, and we will email you the receipt after the successful checkout.
Okay. What are some of the reactions you've been getting from customers and people, the feedback?
The feedback has been great. We could not ask anything more than that. The first few weeks, obviously, people think, what is this, right? They never really expect to see a privacy room, so to speak, in the middle of the mall. But as time goes on, we got a lot more people using it for various reasons. The natural one, obviously, for people to take a break. But we got a lot of moms using it for nursing their babies. We have some people that actually use it as a storage for their bags while they catch movies. Okay. And we also have several people that use it to work during the weekdays. So,
how much does it cost? And you did mention that there's someone there that's overlooking these pods.
Yes. Having an attendant there is very important. One is for security. Second, to keep the pod clean, because the pod is clean after every use. And third, for general questions, right? As far as the price right now, we are charging $10 per hour for a limited time, just to introduce the pod to the general market.
And you kind of led me to my next question about sanitation. How does that work, and how do you make sure it's being cleaned properly?
Once a guest successfully check out, the pod will not be available for the next guest to use. It will go into what we call housekeeping cycle, which the housekeeper has to go in, clean it up, and cycle out of the system to make it available again. So no matter what you do, it won't be available. So that is to ensure the cleanliness of the pod And we have a call center that monitored that cycle 24/7.
I love the idea, Alec, and it's so interesting, but I'm sure many people have asked you, or it's in the mind of many people who walk by in this day and age, how do you regulate security and to make sure that everything that's happening is safe?
Well, the main thing is having an attendant there, having a presence of a person there, really tamp down on many wrong ideas of using the pods, to put it that way. And also, most people, once they know that they have to pay, they tend to behave. It's something that, if you have something that is free, people tend to abuse it. Once they know they are paying, they tend to take care of it. So we have no problem up to this point.
Why should people stop by and use the NAPINPod? Obviously, it's convenient, it's great, it's, I think, cheap, in my opinion, for what you're getting. But why not just get in your car and take a nap? Why stop at the mall? And what do you think this offers?
Convenience, comfort, and privacy. You don't get that from your car, right? The window is still visible from the outside.
Right.
You can't really charge your cell phone unless you keep the car running, right? So there are many things, and on top of that, we have a lot of people that actually use the pod to watch Netflix because we got the 19-inch touchscreen there. So many different reasons, but mainly it's privacy and security.
Great. And what's the rule? I know you mentioned one person at a time. There's a rule that 2 adults can't be there at the same time. So tell me a little bit more about those details.
Well, the pod itself is designed to make sure there's only 1 adult can fit in there. 2 adults won't be comfortable in there, but we had adult with kids to go in there, right? And then our attendant is very, very strict on that rule to make sure that it is a comfortable experience for everybody that use the pod.
I know you mentioned earlier that Simon was a great partner and the Amo Fashion Center was a great place, but why Torrance? I mean, you could have picked anywhere in the country.
Well, I live in Palos Verdes.
Okay.
It's a natural progression for me to try out, and not to mention Del Amo is one of the largest mall in the U.S., with Simon one of the largest property manager in the U.S. as well. So we want to find the right partner to launch our product, and then Simon has seems to be the one for us to start.
Great. And what's your next step now? I know you mentioned you're in the works with airports and other locations. So what's the future of NAPINPod?
Well, we're going to release 3 locations by 2018. We are currently working with 5 different international airports in the U.S. as well as colleges in California. So those are some of the few markets that we are going after. But there's plenty on our plate right now, and then we're excited for 2018.
How does it feel that this now exists? Did you ever think that your vision would come to life like this?
One day at a time. It's tough to project what's going to happen even a week from now, especially being in a startup situation like we are, right? But to see the product comes to life, to see from the visions, to see people actually using it and then having a good review on Yelp, it really brings joy to me, and then bring a lot of satisfactions of the hard work that we've gone through.
What would you like to tell people about NAPINPod?
Come and visit us. Try it. Come and visit us and try it. You'll see.
And you have the first location here in Torrance at the Amo Fashion Center, and people can follow your journey on napinpod.com?
Yes.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to add? No.
Thank you for inviting me, and it feels great to be here.
Thank you so much, Alec. Well, that does it for NEWSBREAK Live. And if you ever have news or video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. For Facebook and Twitter users, use #NewsBreakLive. Have a great night.